Okay, so let's get started. So the reason that I wanted to come online and share all that is happening because of course, it's been a while that I came online here, but I also did want to share that over the next couple of months, there's so much happening, and currently the energies that are also present. So I just finished the October energy update. I'm gonna probably update that in a day or two, and I'll share that on my YouTube channel. So let's start with what's happening right now and all that is going on. So today is the 29th of September, and I think I had shared some time back that the September energies are extremely, extremely strong because they are going to they talk about a lot of manifestation and really laying the groundwork or the foundation for the changes that we would want to bring about in our own life and over the next few months. So, whatever that there is something that we want to change or we want to improve or do something different in our life and across people in our relationships or finances or work, September is the time to lay that foundation. So I spoke about that, I think, either on my Tarot Ink by Bhavna page or my Instagram handle. And the reason I was speaking about that because there's so much happening. So September till about mid of October, there are a lot of energies which are about manifestation. So if in September you laid the groundwork of what you want to start doing in your planning and clearing out, because sometimes there are so many things that are happening in our mind, we might want to clear out what is it that we really want to bring about in our life. So September was a time for that. September was also a time that you worked on yourself, worked on clearing up your channels, worked on clearing up and getting clarity in your life. And I say clearing up, I mean spiritually, and getting clarity in your life of what is it that you truly want to see, what is the picture that you see of yourself few years down the line. And then from end of September till mid October, it's a beautiful time to start working on those plans, to really start taking action towards those plans. Now taking action would also mean sometimes actually taking action. For example, if you are wanting to have a particular kind of let's say uh, you want to change your career, you want to have a different line of work. So how looking for researching, do you need to do further studies, do you need to uh, check with somebody, do you need to speak to people in the field, all doing all of that research. If you have to do further studies, looking the different ways that you can do further studies, whether it's online, in person, with whom do you do it, all of that. So October onwards, it's taking action towards that, which is signing up for it, signing up for what are the courses that you might want to do, looking at talking to people, and then taking action based on what they're saying. And October is also, or let's take another example, that if you were looking at changing certain relationships in your life, September was getting clarity through meditation, through your own devotion practices, and then taking steps to make improvements. Of course, you don't have to wait for making the improvements, you don't have to wait till October to make the improvements, but October is really about taking action. Now taking action sometimes could be taking gentle action, it could be speaking, it could be bringing about having dialogues, it could be making amends, so it could be any of that. So that was so one of the reasons. I'm sorry for the background noise. So the one of the reasons I wanted to come online to share with you is, if you want to, please do take heed to this and make use of this opportunity to do that manifestation in your life. And I am not talking about the law of abundance, or I'm looking at the law of attraction and all of that. That just comes naturally when you start moving in the direction. And I spoke about that in Create Your Reality webinar that I had done. The first one that I did was in 10th of September, and then I did one recently on Sunday, the Sunday that has just passed. I think it was 27th of September. And in that particular webinar, I spoke about how you can really create your reality, the 5 steps that you can use to create your reality. So if any of you attended that webinar, use those 5 steps to make those changes right now. And the other part that I wanted to also share, I'll just share a little bit about from the October energy update. So what I was told was that October is a very interesting month, and it is interesting because a lot of people are being given signals. They are being given signs, so which means that you would be continuously being given a certain kind of message that comes in front of you, or you just know certain things, or you just have this strong intuition that this is what I need to do, or your body might be telling you certain things. So many of us have been getting these signs very strongly from September. If it was gentle earlier, from September onwards, you were getting these very strong signs, and these are just going to increase in October. But what is happening is, though it is such an amazing and powerful time for manifestation, many of us are not listening. We are still not believing what we're hearing, or what we know, or what our intuition knows. We are still not doing anything about it. We are ignoring it, or we are feeling, oh, I don't know if it's really true, or we are just not even acknowledging that, yes, I'm getting that message. Now, if we don't pay heed to that, if we do not acknowledge that intuition that we are feeling on, or sensing, or hearing, or knowing, that intuition is going to just start backing out, because we are being told. It's like a mother tells a child, keep doing something, and the child does not do it. Ultimately, the parent will probably give up, or will have another way of making the child do it. But if the child is perhaps a teenager, you can't force the child to do something. So you can't beat the child up and say that, no, you have to listen to me. It doesn't work that way. So what will happen is, ultimately the parent will stop saying it to the child. And similarly, when we stop listening to our intuition, when we stop listening to something that we know is true, we will stop being told, and we will stop being in the know of, this is what I was told. So that is what is happening in October, that many of us know what to do, but we are not doing it. And I have been guilty of that. I have been given some very good wax on my head as well, so I know what I'm talking about. Anything that I say in my lives, my videos, anywhere, unless I have experienced it, unless I believe it is true, unless I feel and I know about it, I don't speak about it, I don't talk about it. Okay. And so what is also important is 2nd of October is a very interesting day. Many of us know it as World Peace Day. Many of us know it as the birthday of Mahatma Gandhi across the world. So it is not a coincidence that it is called World Peace Day. So on this October 2nd, if you want to make amends with anyone, this is a perfect day to do it. And please pay attention to the words that I'm using. The words are specifically being chosen in that way. It is not forgiveness. It is amends that you would want to make with people. It may be with your family, it may be with your relatives, it may be with your partner, your wife, your husband, your children, or it could be with anyone. So essentially what will happen is, some of us would have already starting getting these images of people in our minds, people maybe we've lost touch with, ex-colleagues from somebody 10 years back, some friends we've lost in touch, but we are Facebook friends and we haven't really spoken from 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So all these people who might be coming to your mind, whether you are paying attention or not, whether, for example, if they may not necessarily come to your mind only while meditation, they might come to your mind when you're doing regular work. If these people are coming to your mind, especially people you have lost touch with, please do a check if there are some amends that you might need to make with them. And once you know what amends that you have to make with them, take action about it, because between 2nd and 5th of October, it's a very powerful time to make amends. And when I say powerful, it is not just about how the person will react. It is about taking that action from your own side, because I can guarantee you that something will change in you if you take that action with complete surrender in your heart. Okay, the other thing that is happening, yeah, so the other thing that I wanted to emphasize is the next few months are also very, there's a lot of feminine energy that is coming up, and I have spoken about this, and in June I remember I'd started speaking about this quite a bit, and it's going to increase. There'll be some very, very powerful feminine energies from October. In India, of course, we have Durga Puja that is coming up, and then we have the Shera, and then we have the entire festival season starting. So it is interesting that it is also coinciding with that, because these feminine energies are very, very powerful. I want you to reflect on what does that mean for you. What does it mean to connect to your feminine side? What does it mean to connect to your own self? Is there something that you have, some part of you as a woman you have lost? Is there some part of your divine feminine that you have been ignoring? Is there some part of your life that is not flowing? Because if there are things not flowing in your life, that means there is some obstruction or restriction in your divine feminine. And I did do a divine feminine workshop, I think in end of July, or I think it was August. I did a divine feminine workshop. So when I was given this message, I have also been given that I should do another divine feminine workshop. And so the next divine feminine workshop is happening in October. I will share the dates shortly, and it'll be slightly different because the energies are different. But if you have not attended the first one, I would really tell you to attend this particular divine feminine workshop. The feedback of the divine feminine workshops was so amazing, so amazing. There have been phenomenal feedback of the participants, and divine feminine is the participants who had were part of that last time. They've had phenomenal experiences post that. One person who had been struggling with certain things for months and months has been able to change that completely. Another person who was struggling with a lot of things has been able to start repairing the feminine relationships, whether it's with the mother or sisters or friends. And another one got a huge clarity of what does it mean, that what does she need to do. So she connected to the divine feminine in her, and I am so enjoying and so blessed to be able to see how it is all blossoming and see how it is coming into fruition. And if you would want to be part of the divine feminine workshop that happens in I think it's the first week of October, contact me, be on the wait list. You reach out to me for questions. I'll be very, very happy to share that with you. And along with that, the other thing that I was told was to have the divine feminine intensive workshop, and that is going to be a more deeper dive into the divine feminine in us, and it is going to be awesome. I've started preparing the material and the content for it, and I'm blown away by all that is coming. And it's going to be a beautiful experience, and it is also going to coincide a little bit with the festival time, so that we can take energies from that the planetary conditions that are there. So if you want to be part of either the first level of the divine feminine or the divine feminine intensive, which is the second level, reach out to me, contact me. You can comment on this video, you can DM me, of course. Those of you who have my number, you can reach out to me. And so what I was talking about, that the feminine energies are really coming to the fore in the next few months. And October will be full of that. November it'll settle down.